Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas' 26-year age gap raises major compatibility concerns to experts. They're both stunning. They're both famous. And if the rumors are true, they're possibly Hollywood's next power couple. Since sparking dating rumors in February, Tom Cruise, 63, and Ana de Armas, 37, have reignited the long-standing debate over age gap couples. While the 26-year age gap may seem significant on paper, the pair share several core values and lifestyle similarities that could make them surprisingly compatible. Like Cruise, who famously performs his own stunts in the Mission Impossible franchise, de Armas has proven herself as a formidable action star and ballerina from the John Wick universe. They're also known for their laser-focused work ethic and commitment to keeping their relationships out of the spotlight. De Armas famously trained for months to portray Marilyn Monroe in Blonde, and Cruise is legendary for his near-military-level discipline on set. Despite being a household name for decades, Cruise rarely opens up about relationships, and de Armas has similarly avoided the spotlight when it comes to romance. That mutual desire for discretion seems to have created a sense of safety and emotional alignment between them. But does professional alignment and shared ambition make a relationship between a Gen Zer and a millennial more sustainable? DailyMail.com asked relationship experts what they think about age gap romances like this one, and whether Cruise and de Armas might have the right foundation to make it for the long haul. Amber Lee, CEO and co-founder of Select Date Society, explained that the biggest misconception about age gap relationships is that they are simply transactional. Lee reflected on how many high-achieving couples actually connect over shared values like ambition, discretion, and a desire for privacy. Shared values are the cornerstone of any successful relationship, and in the case of Cruise and de Armas, their mutual discipline, relentless work ethic, and desire for privacy could provide a strong emotional foundation, Lee added. Age gaps often become irrelevant when both people are aligned on how they want to live, grow, and protect their personal space. Sarah Sloan, licensed marriage and family therapist and ASEX certified sex therapist, agrees. It is more important that a couple's values align for there to be the possibility of long-term compatibility. For instance, a couple that values privacy in their personal life is going to balance that with ambition in a very different way than someone who enjoys the paparazzi, she pointed out. Both Sloan and Lee stressed a crucial point. The why of the connection matters more than the when each person was born. Emotional compatibility and lifestyle alignment matter much more than age, Lee insisted. Two people in the same phase of emotional maturity with similar priorities can thrive together, whether they're the same age or a decade apart. Sloan added that compatibility often stems from the lives people build together, not the ones they came from. She continued, I think compatibility is built between individuals who are interested in living a similar lifestyle. This is why you often see power couples in similar careers, or two people who keep similar work hours. Cruise and de Armas both know the rigorous demands of action films, the intense training, and the long days. That kind of shared pressure can bond people in unique ways. By sharing their passion for acting, Cruise and de Armas don't have to explain their long hours to one another, Sloan noted. They don't have to make excuses or sacrifice their job for their relationship. Lee echoed a similar sentiment, noting that shared intensity can create deep understanding and admiration. But Dr. Wendy Walsh, relationship expert at datingadvice.com, added a reality check. I think the two of them will have a greater understanding of the demands of each other's careers, but I'm not sure that this can make their romantic bond any stronger. She began. That's because, Walsh says, when it comes to celebrity relationships, emotional intimacy often takes a back seat. Narcissism is not only accepted in Hollywood, sadly, it is also often a requirement. And people with narcissistic tendencies tend to be afraid of emotional intimacy. So in the world of Hollywood, similar lifestyles and secret-keeping matter more than anything. Age gap relationships, like any dynamic, come with unique hurdles. One big hurdle that couples with large age gaps often fall into is a parent/child dynamic, Sloan acknowledged. In the beginning, the age gap can create excitement for the older one and safety for the younger one, until there's a major conflict, and the younger one may feel like they're rebelling against a parent. Lee added that long-term misalignment in energy and life goals can become more pronounced over time. In my experience, age gap relationships of 20 years plus run the risk of fizzling out over time as we naturally slow down as we age. When Cruise is 83 and de Armas is 57, their lifestyles may not align. Family planning could also drive a wedge between them. Anna is 37 years old, and if she wants to become a mother, this may put big pressure on the relationship, Walsh notes. Sloan also imagined that the inevitable public scrutiny would be difficult on any relationship. The media is often critical of larger age gaps, which would weigh on any relationship, she said. But public perception isn't always based on fantasy. Sometimes the criticism has roots in common stereotypes. All stereotypes are there because there can be some truth attached to them, Sloan said. For instance, sugar daddy/sugar baby relationships often have a large age gap. Clearly, not every man in his 60s can date women in their 30s, Lee adds. Typically, older men who date younger women attract those women with their wealth, power, and sometimes fame. Similarly, Walsh said, whoever has more life experience and wisdom will ultimately hold more power in a relationship. It helps, however, that de Armas isn't exactly a newcomer in need of boosting and has already established her own star power. This may hold her in good stead against the megawatt celebrity power that Tom Cruise has, Walsh said. Ultimately, Lee says while age gap couples can last, Their success often hinges on both partners having clarity about their roles, boundaries, and future. They must also treat the relationship as a true partnership and not a novelty to have a real shot.